Yes, spicy summer is here. And thanks to Walmart, I've got enough spicy books for my whole reading vacay. I packed my sunscreen, sunglasses, dragon floaty towels, snacks, adorable new bikini, and my bucket hat that perfectly shades my eyes, so I can maximize my uninterrupted reading time. And my phone is going on Do Not Disturb. Shop the Spicy Summer curated collection of fashion, beauty, books, and more only at Walmart.
Whoa, that ball is out of here!
And coming right for us! I caught it. And I earned 3% back when I bought this glove online with my Bank of America customized cash rewards card.
Be your own hero. Earn 3% back in the category of your choice, including online shopping with the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/customizedcash. What would you like the power to do?
Welcome to the Flash Finds Podcast, the world's fastest podcast where we explore how Facebook can help you with the stuff you're into. I'm Emma Rogue, joined by Nathan the Cat Lady, a Facebook creator. So Nathan, if you're into pets, what kind of stuff can you find on Facebook?
Well, I make reels about useful tips for pet owners. For instance, cats don't like still water, so all of my cats have cat fountains.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. What a great episode. See you next time on the Flash Finds Podcast, all about discovering the stuff on Facebook you care about. Bye.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Welcome back, Ram fans. This is Rams Up, your favorite LA Rams podcast. We are proud members of the Fans First Sports Network. That's fansfirstsports.com. You can also follow us on YouTube. Our channel is at LA Rams Up. I'm your host, Mark. You'll hear from my co-host, Tom, on occasion as well. Hey, we're not Rams insiders. We're just longtime fans who love talking about our Los Angeles Rams. Let's get to it. Welcome back, Ram fans. Episode 478 of Rams Up. Gonna kick things off on a very sad note. Pretty devastating news. Kyrie Jackson, the 4th-round pick of the Minnesota Vikings, killed in a car crash along with 2 other young men. Pretty devastating. Guy had a great story, too. Played 1 season of junior college football, moved on to Alabama, and then Oregon. Was looking forward to his first season in the NFL. Sad day for Jackson's family, Minnesota Vikings, and the NFL. Back to Ram Ruminations, episode 478. We'll talk about a Ram who wore number 78. Got to talk about Big Bad Jackie Slater out of Jackson State. Rams drafted him in the 3rd round of the 1976 draft. Played 20 years, 259 games for the Rams. 7-time Pro Bowler, holds the record among offensive linemen for the most games played for a single franchise, and he was 12th on my list of the greatest Rams ever, led the way for Eric Dickerson for several years, and in fact presented Eric Dickerson to the Hall of Fame. Big Bad Jackie Slater, number 78 for our Los Angeles Rams. So last week, in our Wallius World episode, one of my fearsome 4 questions for Paul was, what position will the Rams target in next year's draft? And Paul's answer, and my answer as well, was offensive tackle. Paul actually provided me with a name a couple of days later. Emory Jones, the LSU tackle, 6'5", 330. And Paul thinking the Rams are going to have to move up from number 32, right? They'll have the 32nd pick in the draft if all goes as planned. Move up 7 spots, giving up a 3rd and a 5th. Interestingly, Sarah Bettinger of the NFL Spin Zone had the Seahawks taking Jones at number 16 in their latest mock draft. So that could be 2 straight years the Seahawks steal our guy. I hope not. Bettinger had the Rams taking quarterback Connor Wegman out of Texas A&M. Certainly highly regarded. But I feel the same way about the quarterback position with respect to the Rams next year as I did this year. I think Stafford's going to give it another go, and if he is, we are not investing in a quarterback just yet. Quarterback rankings for the 2025 draft all over the place. Quinn Ewers is probably going to be the top guy. Carson Beck, Shedeur Sanders, a bunch of promising prospects. Connor Wegman could be as low as number 7. Could climb into the top 10 or 15 draft picks. A lot of college football left before these so-called experts figure that out. Hey, if you haven't been on the YouTube channel, got a nice little poll there. Check it out. Who is going to be our starting safety alongside Cameron Curl? Jared Dubin of CBS Sports ranked Cameron Curl as the 17th best safety in the game and noted what a great deal this was for the Rams, $9 million over 2 years. Dubin stated that Curl's play dropped off a little bit last year, but his play the 2 previous years was very solid and expect a bounce back year with the Rams. Sportsnot threw out their NFL defensive rankings. Rams came in at number 18. Fair enough. I mean, there's still a lot of unknowns with this defense, so can't really expect them to be that much higher than 18. I think by the end of the year, they're going to be much higher. They did laud the arrival of a bully on the defensive side. They're referring to Jared Verse. And Aaron Schultz of ESPN noted that last year, the Rams' under 25 talent was dead last in the NFL, at least according to him. But after 2 solid drafts, they have climbed all the way to number 8, and that's riding on the shoulders of all pros like Kyron Williams and Puka Nacua. Add Braden Fisk and Jared Verse to that group. Throw in Steve Avila, Kobe Turner, Byron Young. Yeah, the Rams are looking really good when you look at their under 25 roster. When we come back, I'm going to talk about which teams are going to overachieve and which teams are going to underachieve in 2024.
Yes, spicy summer is here. And thanks to Walmart, I've got enough spicy books for my whole reading vacay. I packed my sunscreen, sunglasses, dragon floaty towels, snacks, adorable new bikini, and my bucket hat that perfectly shades my eyes, so I can maximize my uninterrupted reading time. And my phone is going on Do Not Disturb. Shop the spicy summer curated collection of fashion, beauty, books, and more only at Walmart.
Allstate wants to remind fans that mayhem is everywhere. Like when your fantasy league meets up at your house. Everything's great until the hot plate gets too hot for the tablecloth. Now your kitchen's up in smoke. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, the cost to fix this is anything but a fantasy. So switch to Allstate, save money, and get protected from mayhem like this. Not available in every state based on coverage selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Hi, and welcome to IKEA. How can I help?
Oh, my schedule is crazy. I just want some me time.
Maybe it's time to embrace the joy of staying in. With comfortable beds, pillow and decor, mood lighting, and so much more, you can turn your bedroom into the place to be.
Oh, sounds like a dream.
We've got you. Visit us in-store or at ikea-usa.com/sleep to create your dream bedroom today.
Thought I'd take a moment to talk about the teams that I think are going to surprise a little bit. Teams that are going to play above their head, at least better than the public thinks at this time, better than the experts think. And I'm going to do the same for the teams that I think are going to maybe underperform a little bit. Let's talk about the teams that are going to play over their head first. And I've talked about the Arizona Cardinals a little bit already. I do feel good about them. Adding Marvin Harrison Jr. and running back Trey Benson out of Florida State is going to really change this offense. Things are looking up for the Cardinals, I think, and I really love their coach in his second year. He's slowly going to get things turned around here. Now, there are questions about their defense, but they did focus on the defense with their second and third pick of last year's draft. The defensive lineman, Jerzon Newton, and the cornerback, Mike Sandstrill. So they know their defense needs help, and they tried to go out and get a couple of guys. Cardinals over-under win total right now, 6.5. Man, I'd go the over on that in a heartbeat. Another team is the Washington Commanders, and I base that solely on their rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels. Man, he is going to be an exciting player, and he alone will lift this team up and make them competitive. I believe that very strongly. Their over-under is also 6.5. I'd take the over on that. The Washington Commanders pointed in the right direction and will overachieve. And another team is the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, their over-under win total is 8.5, and I like their chances of sweeping the Broncos and sweeping the Raiders. With Jim Harbaugh in town, they will overperform as well. They're going to be nasty. They're going to be a hard-hitting physical team. Unlike Charger teams of the past, I think, and they still have a couple of studs on defense. Khalil Mack's still there. Look for the Chargers to make a move. And the other team is the Indianapolis Colts. Now, remember, they were a pretty good team a couple of years back. Things went south for them. Their over-under win total is 8.5. And just getting Anthony Richardson back is going to be a big deal. He's going to be highly productive. I like the Indianapolis Colts this year to overachieve. Now, two teams I'm not including here that I think are going to have good seasons is the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears, but everybody's already all over those two teams, so no, not including them here. And by the way, I avoid giving betting advice on this podcast. That's not my deal. I don't want to take responsibility for any bets that don't work out for listeners. But I will say this, if you're going to make a bet, go big. Make a bet that's going to pay out big. So here's what I got for you. A $100 prop bet, Cardinals-Colts Super Bowl matchup, life-changing payout, $125,000. Or if you're really considering throwing away $100, just send it to me. And what teams do I think are going to underperform? Well, let's start with the New Orleans Saints. The over-under on them is 7.5. Now, they are in a relatively weak division. Falcons are on the rise, though. Tampa Bay, steady as she goes. Carolina, Bryce Young needs to step up for anything good to occur there. So what about the Saints? I'm just not excited about their quarterback, Alvin Kamara, getting up there in years. I did like their first two draft picks. Talisi Fuaga, the offensive tackle, Kool-Aid McKinstry, the cornerback. Otherwise, just not really feeling it for the New Orleans Saints. Nothing to get excited about there. And I think they should have made a head coaching change. Just my opinion. And then there's the Buffalo Bills. Up against it as far as the salary cap goes. Their over-under is 10.5. And I'm going under on that for sure. The Jets could be more challenging. The Patriots are going to be a little bit better. We all know how good the Dolphins can be. I don't think their draft really helped all that much. They did not have a first-round pick. They had 2 second-round picks, wide receiver Keon Coleman, a good red zone target, safety Cole Bishop. They also selected Ray Davis. Their running back has a great backstory. He'll help a little bit. Still have quarterback Josh Allen, but I'm not thrilled about their skill position players. Stephon Diggs has moved on. I don't know. This could be a year the Buffalo Bills take a step back. I really believe that. And it's kind of sweet justice, right? After they criticized the Rams for the way the Rams handled their salary cap, bringing in expensive players, going all in, Bills eventually fell into a trap, did that themselves, and they're paying the price now. And they never got the reward that the Rams received, a Super Bowl trophy. The next team I'll include here is the Tennessee Titans. Now, not high expectations for them already, 6.5 over under on the win totals. Not a big fan of their draft picks. J.C. Latham, yeah, he'll be a good player. but I think they grabbed him a little earlier than he deserved to be selected. And in the second round, big defensive tackle T'Vondre Sweat. This is such a typical Titans pick, but this guy, he'll be on the field for 1, possibly 2 downs, and that's it. To select someone like that in the second round, I'm not feeling it. And don't forget, no more Derrick Henry. Next team up, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Once again, 10.5 on the over-under. And you know what? They're probably going to get there. They're probably going to get to 10 or 11 wins. Dak Prescott is a really good quarterback. They got such a solid defense. But man, their running back situation is pretty scary. And their offensive line, still good. Maybe taking a slight step back, though. But the disappointment's going to come in the playoffs, right? We all know that. Happens every year. The Cowboys have not positioned themselves any better to exceed expectations once the playoffs roll around, and I think the Eagles are going to be better than them once again. Then there's the Minnesota Vikings. 7.5 on the win total, and I like what they have on offense. I've always loved Aaron Jones. Justin Jefferson, is he the best wide receiver in the business? But other than that, some real questions. Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy, I don't know. And you got the Bears, Lions, and Packers. They could all be pretty good. Not sure where the Vikings are going to get their 8 wins. I was going to include the Seahawks here, but they're over under 7.5 wins. I don't think there's real high expectations there. And that franchise always finds a way to get a handful of wins, and I think they will again. But I think there's going to be some serious growing pains there. Really up against it with the cap. It could be a couple years before they get it seriously turned around in Seattle. I am going to include the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the over-under on them is 11.5 wins, and, they're going to get their wins. They're such a great football team. Their roster is stacked, but there are some warning signs, some things that would concern me if I was a 49er fan. Just a lot of things aligning against them. First of all, you got the Brandon Ayuk situation. If he moves on, he's such a big part of their offense. Yeah, you got that rookie coming in, but you can't count on a rookie performing like Brandon Ayuk has. And then you have the Christian McCaffrey deal. 49ers saying they're going to rest him more, try to protect him from himself. You got that offensive line that's always been kind of average. The one cog that keeps them going is Trent Williams, but he's getting up there in years. Now, Kyle Shanahan's offense really protects that offensive line, allows the quarterback to get the ball out quickly, so they really cover up that weakness, the offensive line there, pretty well. Still an area of concern, and they've lost some guys on defense up front. Yeah, bringing in new guys, but it's a different look. It's a different defensive coordinator again. And then you have the whole Super Bowl hangover element as well. But the Super Bowl hangover, Christian McCaffrey getting rested more, no Brandon Ayuk potentially. If that comes to pass, 49ers could be a little disappointing. Hey, they're still going to be the team to beat in the NFC, no doubt about it. But things to be aware of. And I'd like to see how good of a quarterback Brock Purdy is with no Brandon Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey out of the game. That's what I'll be looking for. That's going to do it for this episode. Remember, you can reach us at ramsuppodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget about our YouTube channel. Our handle is at laramsup.com. Till next time, keep the horns up, stay safe, and have fun out there.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.